Howdy. This episode was absolutely terrible on virtually any level that you care to mention. Conceptually, it's horrible. I don't understand how Terry Nation can take his most lucrative creation and poke fun at it and put it in ridiculous situations week by week. We're in a haunted house type environment in a fair in 1990 something with a Frankenstein and a Dracula. And it's just the most ludicrous idea. Having it, what is upsetting is when you've got the doctor then coming up with an interesting explanation of where they might be. Oh, we're in the recesses of the human mind, this is where nightmares are. That's fantastic, let's go with that. But no, we're in a stupid haunted house, which is very obvious. Libby guessed it within seconds. And so, again, it's like the whole Mario Celeste joke all over again, just falls on its bottom. The production values in this are terrible. At one point, there's a Dalek in the scene, even though the Daleks haven't landed yet. It's visible at the back there. The haunted house just falls flat, even to the extent that you feel as if Jacqueline Hill, who is an absolute master at being put in very peculiar situations and making them live and breathe. There is a moment in this where you look at Jacqueline Hill and think, you can't keep a straight face. This is absolutely ludicrous. There are the fact that Vicky and Barbara get lost in the house is completely glossed over. There's a nice little joke where Ian and the doctor come down the stairs and Ian goes, "The girls are gone then," as if it was the most obvious thing that was going to happen, which of course it is the most obvious thing to happen. And this is the problem. This is just a terrible, terrible, padded episode, a one joke episode that just falls so flat. Nobody really gets into it. Even the Dr. Pierce looks stupid at the end of it because he's got the whole wrong thing. There's a nice bit at the start where he says, "Oh, I think it's Central Europe because this and that," things like that. The balance of the incidental music is so loud that at times you can't hear the dialogue. It's just appalling. Absolutely appalling. As bad an episode as we've seen so far. The one saving grace is the fact that for the first time, one of our TARDIS crew is travelling through time in something other than the TARDIS. And Vicky ends up on the Dalek ship. And that's brilliant. Suddenly that feels dangerous in a way that perhaps the programme's not felt dangerous in some time. That feels like very risky. Not being in the TARDIS, and even being with Daleks. Yeah, being with Daleks is scary, but travelling through time without the TARDIS, that feels scary. And the reaction of Ian, Barbara, and the Doctor to Vicky not being with them, to them leaving them behind, that is brilliantly played. And their decision to stay and fight. Now we're going to stick this out. Now we're going to sort it out. We're going to capture the Daleks' time machine. That is brilliant. But again, that's the regulars making the best of what dialogue they get. And whether or not that's Dennis Spooner writing that or Terry Nation, I do not know. But fundamentally, this episode is